Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host Fondue.
And Cheesy.
This week is part 2 of the series Cheese News, News, and More News. We're talking about a New Year's cheese drop.
Whoa.
We're talking about cheese factory closures,
Aw.
the disgusting food museum,
Ew.
and something gross to combine with cheap.
Ugh.
We learn about a recall, a crash, a big baby bell,
Ooh.
and what one guy did with his wax.
What?
And of course we tell a very cheesy joke.
Yeah, we do.
Stay tuned for episode 109, News, on Just Cheesy the Podcast. We're a few weeks early, but I thought you might want to know about the big cheese drop New Year's Eve party.
Ooh.
We talked about this very same event back in Season 1, Episode 7.
Yeah.
According to visitmilwaukee.org, in a town that's not that near to Milwaukee, the town of Plymouth, Wisconsin, holds the Sartori Big Cheese Drop.
Ooh.
It's free to the public.
Ooh.
It starts at 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
and they offer complimentary hot chocolate and a bonfire.
Yum.
Gift bags are given to the first 250 families in attendance.
Holy cow.
They say there's music and dancing and a champagne toast at midnight.
Wow.
While you're in Plymouth, you should visit the cheese counter.
Yeah.
According to cheesecapitaloftheworld.com, more than 14% of the cheese consumed in the United States goes through Plymouth, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
This goes back all the way to 1918 when Plymouth was the location of the National Cheese Exchange, who set the commodity price of bulk cheese.
Wow.
The cheese counter offers lunch and it also offers gift boxes.
Ooh.
You can get a cheddar gift box, a world champion cheese gift box, and many others.
Ooh.
And if you can't make it there, it looks like you can buy these online.
Nice.
There's some sad news coming out of Wisconsin.
Aw.
According to brownfieldag.news, Saputo is going to close a goat cheese manufacturing plant in Wisconsin.
Oh, no.
According to the article, they're moving the Lancaster, Wisconsin site to the Reedsburg site and closing Belmont.
Ooh.
This is going to affect about 100 people.
Oh, no.
It's not just in the U.S. where a cheese factory is getting closed down.
Uh-oh.
In Canada, there is a company called Thornlow Cheese. According to CBC.ca, back in 2019, Gay Lee Foods purchased this factory.
Okay.
The Thornlow location was built in 1969,
Ooh.
and they closed it for 7 weeks trying to figure out what they could do to save the facility.
Whoa.
They're struggling to find a buyer because when they came back with an assessment, it's going to cost about $10 million to update the facility.
Holy cow.
So there's only 5 people left there who are going to process the milk from some grass-fed cows.
Wow.
It says here they offered very strong severance packages to people who lost their jobs.
Oh, good.
So if you love cheese,
Yeah.
have $10 million, and want your own cheese manufacturing facility, this might just be the place for you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we talked about this one last year, but according to BBC.com, there were some environmental concerns at Somerset Cheese.
Oh, no.
And this was after they were polluting a waterway with liquid that smelled like milk.
Okay.
When I say smelled like milk, I do not mean in a good way.
Oh.
They admitted to causing discharge of poisonous, noxious, or polluting matter
Discharge.
for the 3rd time.
Ew.
They were fined 23,000 pounds.
Whoa.
They found the cause. It was a blockage of a plastic bag containing gloves and other plastic in a pipe that took wash water
What?
from the production facility.
Oh, no.
They say here it was clearly inappropriately disposed of,
Yeah.
and there appeared to be no form of alarm to notify the blockage to the drainage system.
Oh, no.
It also says it was clearly visible, but not reported.
Whoa.
Somerset Cheese is definitely not our sponsor.
No way.
But whoever is, their ad will go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do?
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay.
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY, that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. According to HindustanTimes.com, there is a Singapore-based food blogger named Calvin Lee who goes by Food Makes Cal Happy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, Cal tries some weird things.
Oh boy.
In this video, he adds slices of cheese to orange juice.
Ew.
And if that wasn't bad enough, he adds the 2 slices and then puts that whole drink in the microwave.
What? Why?
He mixes everything and then he tastes it.
Ugh.
He said it's sour, sweet, milky, but not in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
In short, very, very disgusting.
Ew.
I gotta say, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject of gross, in Malmö, Sweden, there is something called the Disgusting Food Museum.
Holy cow.
On the website of the same name, you can learn about the foods that they have in this museum.
Oh, boy.
There are over 80 exhibits.
Whoa.
Guess what cheese made it?
Casu
Marzu,
marzu.
that's right.
Yeah.
This is, of course, the maggot-infested cheese
Yeah.
from Sardinia, and we have covered it a million times on this podcast.
Yeah, we have.
It is definitely our least favorite.
Yep.
And it's illegal, so we've never tried it.
That's right.
Apparently, the Disgusting Food Museum has sort of had a traveling show.
Ooh.
It can be opened as a temporary exhibition or a permanent museum.
Okay.
And there was one in Las Vegas at one point.
Whoa.
The museum has 2 parts, the exhibit and the tasting area. Visitors go through the exhibit, they learn about food from around the world, and then they get to try a selection of the foods.
Nope.
I thought Casu Marzu might be the worst of it, but
Yeah.
there are a couple of weird foods that they've listed, and you've got to check out this website because they go into detail with a lot of others.
Ew.
But they've got one called Gomutra from India,
Okay.
made of cow urine.
Ooh.
There's one from Korea called Tongsul.
Okay.
It's from the poo of a human child between 4 and 7 years old. It's mixed with water,
Ugh.
divided into smaller pieces, and fermented overnight.
Why?
It's mixed with 70% boiled non-glutinous rice
Oh.
and 30% glutinous rice and yeast.
Why?
At this point, I'm thinking Casu Marzu doesn't even belong in this museum. It's not even that bad.
Yeah.
And speaking of that bad, the dailyreview.com
Oh boy.
has an article here about the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture warning consumers to discard the Hilltop Meadow Farm brand 60-day aged pepper jack raw milk cheese.
Oh no.
The sell-by dates were 9/21 of 23.
Okay.
I'm hoping you don't still have this cheese, but if you do, the testing confirmed
Yeah.
the presence of listeria.
Oh no.
And if we all remember,
Yeah.
listeria is pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
It causes illness symptoms, which include fever, muscle aches, nausea, and diarrhea.
Ew.
It can be deadly for newborns, the elderly, adults with impaired immune systems, and pregnant women.
Oh no.
When we talk about cheese in the news, we can't get past a traffic accident.
Yep.
According to KFVS12.com, on November 22nd, there was a semi carrying cheese that was in an accident along Kentucky 286.
Aw.
When the tow truck was hauling the trailer away, it lost control of the trailer.
Oh, no.
The trailer then rolled over and it partially blocked the road.
Whoa.
This thing crashed twice,
Oh, boy.
and they needed crews to come out and unload the trailer full of cheese before it could be removed from the roadway.
Aw.
Listen, drivers with cheese, you've got to be careful with that precious cargo.
Yeah.
According to foodbev.com, Baby Bell unveils a big Baby Bell.
Whoa.
It's called the Maxi Baby Bell, and it's 10 times bigger than the original.
Wow.
Mini Baby Bells are known because they have 100% real cheese and only 4 ingredients with no added colors, flavors, or preservatives.
Wow.
And they're notorious for having the red wax coating.
Ooh.
The Maxi Baby Bell launches for a limited time in Morrison's, Asda, Sainsbury, Iceland, and Ocado
Okay.
from November of 2023.
Whoa.
And unfortunately, it's not available in the U.S.
Aw.
I'm pretty sure this next one should be part of the Disgusting Food Museum.
Yeah.
According to metro.co.uk, there's a guy who has a ball of wax
Oh, boy.
from all of his baby bells.
Why?
Darren is 36.
Okay.
He has been collecting the discarded wax wrappers from his cheese since he was 12.
12.
Yeah, I said it. Since he was 12.
Whoa.
He said, I just remember playing with the wax in my hand, so
Oh.
I kept one and I just added another the next day and it grew from there.
Ew.
He keeps it on his windowsill in his kitchen.
What?
And it's a little discolored.
Oh no.
I'm so grossed out looking at it. I can't even tell you. It weighs in at 1,026 grams or 2.26 pounds
Oh.
of Old,
Ew.
nasty,
Ew.
gross wax.
Ew.
Surprisingly, Darren's wife has let him display it in their home.
He has a wife?
Yeah, I was surprised about that too.
Yeah.
She hates it,
Oh, yeah.
but he won't let it go.
Oh, no.
She thinks it's stupid and a poor waste of time.
Yeah.
She says it's unsightly and a load of,
Gross.
I guess they're saying crap, I think here.
Oh, no.
But he's quite proud of it.
Why?
There's even a picture of the wax ball enjoying a cigarette
Oh.
and a cider.
I'm so ready for a joke, Fondue.
Gladly. Why did Baby Bell become a writer?
I don't know.
Because it wanted to wax poetic about cheese. Get it? Wax poetic?
Yeah, it was appropriate.
It was appropriate and a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Just Cheesy the Podcast.
Thank you.
Episode 109, News.
News.
Make sure to listen next week
Yeah.
with our third installment of this series, More News.
Stay cheesy, everybody.